so excited to introduce Christy George to you. Christy is the president and CEO of Intersect Illinois. Hopefully you're familiar with Intersect. They are a public-private partnership focused on global business development for the state of Illinois. Most recently, Christy also served in difficult job being the executive director for the Chicago 2024 host committee for the DNC. Before that, and where I got to know her, was first assistant deputy governor for budget and economy in Governor Pritzker's office. In her time in the governor's office, she spearheaded the state's business attraction and engagement efforts, led on workforce development priorities, crafted the REV Act, oversaw operations of multiple state agencies, boards, commissions. Prior to that, she was the executive director of the Illinois Commerce Commission, had several roles at the city of Chicago, and it's all around does fabulous work. For those of you that don't know, she's new to the CEO role at Intersect. We're so grateful that you were able to join us today. With that, Christy George.
Before I get started, I just want to thank you, Doug, for all of the work you do. You have been an incredible leader here in Will County. Obviously, we've known each other for several years, but I've been very proud to see your progress, whether from afar or close by, working together. We've worked on deals together, and I'm just so proud of the progress that you've made here. So thank you so much for the invitation. Arvind, thank you so much for all of the work that you do. Thank you to the whole Will County Board of Directors. And also thank you to the Bolingbrook Golf Club for hosting us here today. So as Doug shared, my name is Christy George. I'm the new president and CEO of Intersect Illinois. I'll talk a little bit about Intersect, but just a bit about me for those of you that do not know me. In addition to all of the things that were shared with you from Doug, I'm originally from the San Francisco Bay Area. I grew up just north of San Francisco. I came here for law school. So I'm a lawyer by trade. I was converted to economic development somewhere between the Rahm Emanuel administration and Governor Pritzker's administration. But it has been an incredible transition for me. I love doing business in this state. I love increasing business in this state. There is nothing more satisfying than making sure that we have a healthy and thriving business community. You need it in order to have that strong community and economic development to ensure that all of our communities thrive. So I'm very happy to be in this role and so grateful and honored that between the governor and my chairman, John Atkinson, as well as my board of directors, that they entrusted this great privilege and honor to do this work. So they are not here today, but they are also amazing. I also want to shout out a few of my staff members that I have here. I have my research team here as well as my marketing and communications team. So please feel free to connect with them. What we are striving to do at Intersect is to be much more interconnected with all of our regional partners, and that includes all of the folks in this room. So even if you aren't able to speak with me after Doug's presentation, I highly recommend that you engage with some of my staff that's here. You guys wave your hands. All right, great. All right. Now, over the past several years, Will County has celebrated economic wins, particularly in the clean energy, advanced manufacturing space. The county has played a key role in the formation of the Greater Chicagoland Economic Partnership, which, as all of you know, is a regional partnership designed to enhance global competitiveness, but it really serves as a model of some of the things that we could do in the state and how, from a regionalist perspective, we could really plan from the bottom up instead of just the top down. So very grateful for the work that you all are doing. These initiatives do exemplify how local leadership can drive transformational change, making Will County a cornerstone of the Illinois more global economic future. And as we discuss kind of the why Illinois story today, I hope that you'll be inspired by the opportunities presented and that we could start to have that conversation as to how we can build momentum together. So who we are, at Intersect Illinois, we have a very clear mission. It is to market our state as the leader in business, innovation, and opportunity. We offer a central location here in Illinois, and that's vital for both logistics and commerce, and a diverse economy and a collaborative ecosystem of public-private partnerships that deliver clear results. We are 1/3 of Team Illinois. We are in close partnership and work very closely with the governor's office, as well as our partners at the Illinois Department of Commerce and Economic Opportunity. We also very significantly leverage our board. This time last year, we had about 15 members on our board. We now have 54. We are exponentially expanding, which is wonderful for a number of different reasons. But one of the key things that we're looking to focus on is how we can fully incorporate all of our 6 growth industries in the state, which I'll go through in a bit. One of our core strengths is site selection. Companies looking to expand or relocate can access an unparalleled network of resources at Intersect. We do have a database that has over 1,600 sites in it. We have also created a vetted sites program. We are looking to double the number of vetted sites that we have that are all throughout the state and listed on our site, and we're planning to do that by the end of this fiscal year. As you can see here, we have hundreds of brownfield, greenfield sites as well, and we offer flexibility and scalability for any type of operation. Now, in the last 5 years, we have seen a huge turnaround in the way in which we do business, how we attract business, and frankly, our focus has been to get our internal ducks in a row and to just go and do business. What we've seen is an incredible turnaround. We are #1 in the Midwest for business creation, #2 in the nation, second only to Texas for corporate expansions and relocations. Everybody in this room needs to clap for that because we were not like that before, and many of you know that. We're also, as many of you know, a top state in the nation for infrastructure, education, tech, and innovation. We are a global headquarters hub. As many of you know, we boast an incredible number of Fortune 500, Fortune 1000 companies across many industries and sectors who are headquartered here in our state. You can see all of these beautiful and pretty logos that are on this slide, but what this really visualizes is the corporate strength of our state and our future. Now, we would not have had the progress that we've had over the course of the past few years without us doing what I shared earlier, which is getting our fiscal house in order, getting our ducks in a row. 6 years ago, we had been coming off of budget impasses in Springfield, back-to-back budget impasses in Springfield, over $8 billion in unpaid bills, legacy debt, structural debt, a couple of $1 million in the rainy day fund. Actually, the day that Governor Pritzker stepped into office, it was $60,000 in the rainy day fund. A millisecond of state spending in our rainy day fund. Our credit ratings were just 1 notch above junk for our state GO bonds, and our pension funded ratio was only 40%. Today, it's a very different story. Because of the steps that our teams have taken to right that fiscal ship, we've had 6 balanced budgets in a row, 9 credit rating upgrades over the course of the past several years due to a strong partnership between the governor and the legislative leaders in the House and the Senate. Over $2 billion has been deposited into our rainy day fund. Yes, thank you. The state has also paid off over $11 billion in debt and unpaid bills. Our bills, yes, please clap for that. Our bills are now paid on time, and we've been able to increase our pension funding ratio by 4%. And on top of that, our economy is growing. We've surpassed $1 trillion in GDP. We are simply big enough to be our own country. We are the 18th largest economy in the world. So we are on the rise. And with us being on the rise, we are very clear that Illinois is open for business. Over the past several years, Between the state team, Intersect Illinois, and others, we've partnered with the legislature to create new incentives to ensure that we are incentivizing businesses to come here. We have created competitive incentives like REV or Micro for semiconductor and advanced quantum computing initiatives. We've also had such great momentum that we've identified those 6 growth industries, as I mentioned earlier. Those are the life sciences, quantum computing, AI, deep tech, and microelectronics, advanced manufacturing, TDL or transportation, distribution, and logistics, ag, food processing, and clean energy production and manufacturing. There are a number of reasons why we're seeing all of this growth, why we're seeing all of these companies. We had over 440 corporate relocations or expansions in the last fiscal year. There's a number of reasons why that's happening, but really it comes down to 4 or 5 key factors. The first thing is our quality of life that we offer, the total of the value proposition that we offer to these companies who are looking to come and relocate either in the Midwest or otherwise if they're foreign and they're looking to expand in the US market. From a quality of life perspective, companies want to move to a place where both their leadership and their employees want to live, and we offer an unmatched quality of life. From the arts and culture of our vibrant metro areas to our world-class healthcare system, our abundant outdoor amenities, and our world-renowned dining scene, there is something for everyone here in our state. Illinois is ranked among the best states to raise a family with strong affordability and education ratings. Chicago in particular was recognized as best big city from Condé Nast Traveler for 8 consecutive years in a row. Again, another huge accomplishment for us. The next key factor here is workforce. We are a magnet for some of the brightest minds in the nation and in the world. Our workforce is 6 million strong, half of which have a bachelor's degree or higher, and we have the 3rd largest community college system in the nation. We have top universities here, the top 2 business schools in the nation with Kellogg and Booth. We have 2 top 15 universities here with the University of Chicago and Northwestern. And for all of those advanced computing, AI, deep tech, all of clean energy manufacturing, clean energy production jobs, we need a ton of engineers, and our University of Illinois is graduating more engineers than MIT, Stanford, and Caltech combined. What this shows is that we have the workforce that companies need to succeed, and companies are taking notice of it. We also have the infrastructure that companies need. We are in the middle of everything. We have a robust infrastructure network that serves as a huge asset and a key reason why we've seen an increase in projects over the past several years. We are one of only 2 states with all Class 1 railroads that go through it, and we are ranked #1 for airport domestic connectivity thanks to our O'Hare Airport. You can get anywhere in the world from O'Hare, which is a huge asset for us, and even in Rockford, we have such a huge growing cargo airport and cargo traffic there, which has been a fantastic boon for that region and that area of the state. In addition to that, we have the 3rd largest interstate system, and almost all of the country is within a 2-day truck drive of our state. This simply means that companies are able to get anywhere in the nation. They are able to travel very quickly. They are able to get their goods from either coast very quickly from our state, and again, that serves as a key asset for us. Now, another key piece of our infrastructure is our grid. We are simply a leader in sustainability, whether it was our legislative priorities through the Climate and Equitable Jobs Act, listing out that we are going to get to 100% clean energy by 2050 as our key top goal, or it's the benefits of our nuclear power production. The fact that we've got 6 nuclear reactors in our state, more than any other state. We have a very reliable and resilient grid, and we are growing our production, especially here in Will County, of both wind and solar. It is something to be proud of. It is something that we are doing, and we are doing it very, very well. Now, I've gone through all of these things, of all of the reasons why Illinois is so great, but the proof is in the pudding. We are building momentum. We have been able to cite large mega projects, things like the Quantum deal on the south side of Chicago, which was a huge, huge advancement for not only the industry, which is relatively nascent, but for that area being on the U.S. Steel site, the former U.S. Steel site. We were able to locate the Goshen project in Manteno, another huge thing that we've been able to do to show that we are a leader in clean energy manufacturing. We saw down in Decatur, Primient just did a $400 million expansion for their food processing and feed innovation plans. And then even downstate in Veland, another energy-related supply chain manufacturing advancement, multi-million-dollar deal. We are seeing very large projects happening all throughout the state, and it's because of not only our assets, but the fact that we've been able to attract and show how good of a state we are for business. The momentum is real. My job as CEO is not just to witness all of this, not just to participate in these deals, but to make sure that as I engage regionally with partners like the Will County Center for Economic Development and others, that Will County gets its fair share of the economic growth. So I'm looking forward to doing that. I'm looking forward to working with all of you, and I want to thank you so much for having me here. Thank you.